Why now? Because this kind of work is always needed. Because in this country, we have not yet figured out how to wrestle with the very difficult question of race.
When George Floyd was murdered in 2020, that tragedy was a flashpoint across the country. It was also a flashpoint for some of us here.
I always tell my students that the struggle continues. And I think that people who thought, especially after President Obama was elected, that we had arrived and the racial problems had largely disappeared, are now facing reality.
Every generation has faced its struggle, and while the struggle that we are in right now feels acute in a way for them that may leave them feeling hopeless, that they shouldn't. That there is a way out of this.
There's a wealth of history and a long history of activism here that makes this an interesting place.
The goal is to partner and do the urgent work that's necessary to ease the oppression in Baltimore and Maryland, throughout this country. This center is really about being more intentional, being more proactive, and being more holistic in the ways in which we train our students.
That's what is special, will be special about this center, is developing strategies and approaches to deal with situations where there are multiple disabilities, multiple challenges at the exact same time.
The center will have 3 cohorts of fellows, including student fellows, so students will be able to work in the center to help with the research, help with the advocacy, and really have a critical role in the work moving forward. There also will be classes that are connected to the center, courses connected to the center, which so students will be able to engage the work in that way, and then also through our clinical work.
We will be a perfect place to launch this sort of work, to think critically about race and the complicated ways in which race has impacted lives for Americans since the founding, and a very, very, very important place to do the work of unwinding that damage and thinking about how we can move forward in a way that moves not just Baltimore, not just Maryland, but the entire country to a place that is closer to the American ideal that we all want to achieve.
It's about building on this great legacy that we've had over these 200 years and saying that that legacy is not enough, that there's still so much work that needs to be done. And as a healthy institution, we are always looking for ways to improve ourselves, to be more impactful, but also to understand the urgency of the history and the urgency of the moment moving forward.